We're back. We're going to do the next chapter. Yes, we're all back. My silly friends are back too. Chapter 6, Pig and Pepper. She stood looking at the house when suddenly a footman came running out of the woods. Alice thought he looked like a fish. He knocked on the door. It was opened by another footman in uniform with a round face and large eyes like a frog. Here's the fish. Oh, there's the fish, and the frog. The fish footman handed a letter over to the other saying, "For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen to play croquet." Croquet is a game, and Mommy or Daddy can explain it to you. The frog footman answered, "From the Queen? An invitation for the Duchess to play croquet?" Then they both bowed, and their curls in their hair tangled together. Ouch! Alice laughed so much at this that she had to run back into the woods for fear they would hear her. When she peeped out, the fish footman was gone and the other was sitting on the ground near the door. He was staring up into the sky. Alice went up to the door and knocked. "There's no use in knocking," said the footman, "because I'm on the same side of the door as you are, and they're making so much noise inside, no one could possibly hear you." The noises coming from the inside were very loud. There was a constant howling and sneezing, and every now and then a great crash, as if a dish had been broken into pieces. "Please then," said Alice, "how am I to get in?" "I shall sit here," the footman remarked, paying no attention to Alice, "till tomorrow." The door of the house opened and a large plate came flying out straight at the footman's head. It almost hit his nose. It broke into a million pieces against one of the trees behind him. "Or the next day, maybe," said the footman, continuing as if nothing had happened. "Oh, there's no use in talking to him," said Alice, and she opened the door and went in. The door led right into a large kitchen, which was full of smoke. The Duchess was sitting on a three-legged stool holding a baby. The cook was leaning over the fire, stirring a large pot, which seemed to be full of soup. "There's too much pepper in that soup," Alice said to herself as she sneezed. Even the Duchess sneezed. As for the baby, it was sneezing and howling. The only creatures in the kitchen that did not sneeze were the cook and a large cat, which was sitting near the fireplace, grinning from ear to ear. "Please, can you tell me," said Alice, "why your cat grins like that?" "It's a Cheshire cat," said the Duchess, "and that's why." "I didn't know that Cheshire cats always grinned. In fact, I didn't know that cats could grin. That means smile." "They all can," said the Duchess, "and most of them do." "I don't know any that do," said Alice. "You don't know much," said the Duchess. Alice did not like at all what the Duchess said and decided she better change the subject. Suddenly, the cook took the pot of soup off the fire and at once started throwing everything within her reach at the Duchess and the baby. The Duchess didn't seem to notice even when a plate hit her. The baby was crying so much already that it was impossible to know if it was hurt or not. Oh, please be careful with what you're doing, cried Alice. If everybody minded their own business, the Duchess said, the world would go around a great deal faster. Which would not be good at all, said Alice, who was showing off a little of her knowledge. Just think what a mess that would make, having shorter days and nights. You see, the Earth takes 24 hours to turn around. Oh, don't bother me, said the Duchess. I never did like mathematics. And she began rocking her child again, singing a sort of lullaby to it. The Duchess sang the second verse of the lullaby and then turned to Alice. Here, you may hold the baby a bit, if you like, said the Duchess, tossing her baby to her as she spoke. I must go and get ready to play croquet with the Queen. And she hurried out of the room. The cook threw a frying pan after her as she went out, but it missed her. Alice caught the baby with some difficulty. Its arms and legs went in all directions. The poor little thing was snorting when she caught it and kept curling and uncurling itself out again. Soon she was able to properly hold it, and she carried it outside. If I don't take this child away, thought Alice, they're going to hurt it. She said the words out loud, and the little thing grunted in reply. Don't grunt, said Alice. It's not good manners. The baby grunted again, and Alice looked into its face to see what the matter was. It had a very turned up nose, much more like a snout than a real nose, and its eyes were getting extremely small for a baby. Alice did not like the look of that thing at all. If you're going to turn into a pig, said Alice, I'll have nothing to do with you. The poor little thing sobbed or grunted, it was impossible to say which, and they sat in silence for a while. Alice was thinking to herself, what am I going to do with this little creature when I get home? And then it grunted again, so loudly that she looked down into its face in surprise. This time there was no mistake about it. It was a pig, and she thought it was very silly to carry it any more. So she put the little creature down and felt relieved to see it had run away into the woods. It had grown up, she said to herself. It would have made an ugly child, but it makes a rather handsome pig, I think. Alice began to think about pigs and such, and hardly noticed that she had wandered back into the woods. She was a little surprised to see the Cheshire cat sitting on the branch of a tree just a few yards away. The cat grinned when it saw Alice. It looked friendly, but it had long claws and many teeth, so Alice felt it needed to be treated with respect. Cheshire cat, she began rather carefully. She wasn't sure whether it would respond to its name. It grinned a little wider. Would you tell me, please, which way to go from here? Well, that depends on where you want to go, said the cat. I don't much care, said Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you walk, said the cat. So, as long as I get somewhere, Alice added. Oh, you're sure to do that, said the cat, if you only walk long enough. Alice knew that was true, so she tried another question. What sort of people live around here? In that direction, said the cat, lives a hatter. A hatter. In that direction, waving the other paw, lives a March hare, which is another rabbit. Visit either. They're both crazy. But I don't want to be among crazy people, Alice remarked. "Oh, you can't help that," said the cat. "We're all crazy here." "You're crazy, I'm crazy. How do you know I'm crazy?" said Alice. "You must be," said the cat, "or you wouldn't have come here." Alice didn't think that proved anything at all. "And how do you know that you're crazy?" "To begin with," said the cat, "a dog's not crazy. Do you agree?" "I suppose so," said Alice. "Well, then," the cat went on, "you see, a dog growls when it's angry and wags its tail when it's pleased. Now, I growl when I'm pleased and wag my tail when I'm angry. Therefore, I'm crazy." "I call it purring, not growling," said Alice. "Call it what you like," said the cat. "Do you play croquet with the queen today?" "I would like to very much," said Alice, "but I haven't been invited." "You'll see me there," said the cat. And then it vanished. Alice was not surprised about this. She was getting used to strange things happening. While she was looking at the place where the cat had been, it suddenly appeared again. "By the way, what became of the baby?" said the cat. "I've nearly forgotten to ask." "It turned into a pig," Alice said. "I thought it would," said the cat. Alice waited, expecting to see the cat again, but it did not appear. After a minute or two, she began walking in the direction in which the March hare, the March rabbit, lived. She looked up and there was the cat again, sitting on the branch of a tree. "I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and disappearing so suddenly," said Alice. "As you wish," said the cat. This time it vanished quite slowly, beginning with the end of its tail and ending with a grin. His grin remained in the air some time after the cat had gone. "Well, I've often seen a cat without a grin," thought Alice. "But a grin without a cat? It's the most curious thing I ever saw in my life." She had not gone far before she found the March hare, the March rabbit's house. The house had chimneys shaped like ears, and a roof covered it with fur. It was a large house, and she didn't want to go any closer until she had grown to about 2 feet high. So she nibbled on the left-hand bit of mushroom before she walked toward it. "What if the March hare is crazy?" she said nervously. "I almost wish I'd gone to see the Mad Hatter instead." Oh, that's the end of this chapter. Mwah! I love you.